Gino's ultimatum stuns Jasmine in brutal 90-day Fiancé breakup twist. 90-day Fiancé happily ever after? Couple Jasmine Pineda and Gino Palazzolo are once again considering divorce. But the American sudden rush to end their marriage has everyone wondering why the quick change of heart. Jasmine and Gino have been in the 90-day Fiancé franchise for nearly half a decade and have contemplated breaking up almost every appearance for one reason or another. They were last seen on 90 Day, the last resort, agreeing to an open marriage in an effort to repair their connection. Now on 90 Day Fiancé happily ever after, Jasmine is living apart from Gino, and he seems more prepared than ever to file for divorce. However, the bigger question that viewers and even Jasmine have is why? Jasmine thought he might be ready to date other women, while he claimed his marriage had changed more than he anticipated it to. Either way, though, Gino seems to have several potential reasons for wanting this divorce, it seems. The biggest issue Gino has comes from his belief that Jasmine tricked him into an open marriage. In Happily Ever After, Season 9, Episode 3, Gino asked Jasmine to meet him so they could talk. While Jasmine thought it was a possibility she'd move back in, Gino showed up with his car packed full of her stuff and accused her of cheating with Matt Branasterian months before he agreed to the open marriage. Jasmine denied the allegations and stuck to her story that they were friends all along. Gino, however, seemed unwilling to believe her and wanted to keep her at a distance. He claimed he sifted through her phone records and nothing would be able to convince him that she wasn't cheating on him with Matt before he agreed to open their marriage. In his confessional, he revealed, "I had a whole life planned out with Jasmine," he said. "And for things to end this way, I feel like it was a whole waste of time, and it just makes me sick." He asked for a divorce, and while at the time he hadn't followed up with Jasmine, in his confessional, he also claimed he would prefer to wait for a recession when the market completely drops, he explained, because I don't want to share money with Jasmine for free. While Gino might be telling the truth about how he believed he was tricked into an open marriage, there seemed to be potentially another reason for Gino wanting a divorce. Natalie. In 90 Day, the last resort, Gino and Jasmine agreed to an open marriage, but only the Panamanian star had a partner in place, Matt. Gino was allowed to hook up with other women, but it seems like his journey on Happily Ever After is his first time exploring his side of the bargain. With Jasmine out of the house, Gino has been exploring his options with other women and connected with Natalie. He flew to Vegas to meet the Jasmine look-alike, and they got along well. However, after meeting each other in person, Gino realized he needed to come clean about his open marriage. Unfortunately, Natalie wasn't happy that Gino lied, and she made it clear she didn't want to get in the middle of things. Therefore, she declared Gino needed to tell Jasmine he'd moved on and wanted to officially get divorced. As he stated in his confessional, Gino was in an awkward situation. He wasn't sure if he was ready to end things with Jasmine officially, but the pressure from Natalie was tough to ignore. Overall, Gino's been withholding from Jasmine since almost as soon as they got married. Once Jasmine claimed she wasn't ready to have a child and wanted to slow down that part of their relationship, their dynamic seemed to change. Now, with everything that has happened since then, Gino seems to have built up a lot of resentment over the last few years. It's bewildering how quickly he was ready to take the relationship to the next level with Natalie, but he spent over a year stringing Jasmine along and making her jump through hoops for intimacy. It's no wonder they are headed for divorce, but hopefully both of them will find exactly what they need and are looking for throughout the rest of their 90-day fiancé journey. The mood was already tense inside their Michigan apartment, a quiet storm brewing beneath Gino's baseball cap and Jasmine's glossy stare. The silence between them wasn't peaceful. It was loaded, trembling under the weight of all the fights, the jealousy, the broken promises, and the unresolved past. Jasmine sat curled up on the sofa, arms crossed and expression icy. Gino paced the room like a man preparing for war, his nerves fraying with every step. "Jasmine," Gino said finally, voice shaking. "We need to talk. For real this time." Jasmine didn't look up. If this is about my text messages again, I swear. It's not just the messages, Gino interrupted, his tone suddenly forceful. It's everything. You say you love me, but all you do is threaten to leave. You don't trust me. You insult me. And now you're talking about moving back to Panama. She stood up now, eyes flashing. Because you keep pushing me away. You refuse to pay for my kids to come here. You doubt my intentions, and you're more married to your stupid hat than to me. Gino flinched. Don't make this about my hat again, Jasmine. This isn't funny. I'm serious. There was a beat of silence. Jasmine stared at him, searching his face for a sign, some hint of warmth, of forgiveness, of love. But Gino looked different, harder, resolved. I have something to say, he continued, and you're not gonna like it. Jasmine braced herself, folding her arms. Go on. I can't keep living in this emotional roller coaster, Gino said, voice louder now. So I'm giving you a choice. Either we go to couples therapy, work through our issues, or we end this right now. I'm done being jerked around. Jasmine blinked, stunned. The words felt like a punch. Therapy? A choice? An ultimatum? You're threatening to leave me, she whispered, her voice cracking. I'm asking you to choose, Gino said. Because if we don't fix this, we're just wasting each other's time. Her breath caught. Jasmine wasn't used to Gino laying down the law. She was the dramatic one, the passionate one, the one who packed her bags and hurled ultimatums. But now the script had flipped. No, she said firmly. You don't get to turn this on me. I came to this country for you. I left everything behind, my kids, my family, my career. And now you want to play the victim. I didn't ask you to abandon your life, Gino snapped. I supported you. I've done everything I could. But all you ever do is remind me how miserable you are here. You cry about the cold, about your hair falling out, about my exes. Because I am miserable. Jasmine shouted. You don't understand me, Gino. You never did. You're emotionally closed off. You're robotic. Gino's jaw clenched. Fine, he said. Then maybe this was a mistake. The room fell silent. Jasmine's eyes welled up with tears, but her pride wouldn't let them fall. So that's it, she whispered. You're just going to throw it all away? I gave you a choice, Gino said, quieter now, his tone no longer angry, just exhausted. But maybe I already know the answer. For a long moment, Jasmine said nothing. Her breathing was shaky. She turned her head toward the window, the Michigan snow falling softly beyond the glass. It felt so far from Panama, from the sun, from the life she once knew. So far from the love she thought she had found in Gino. Then she looked back at him.